Hello and welcome to the Sidekick Stories podcast, encouraging conversations about mental health. Today I'm speaking to Liam Stretton. Liam is a local builder from Cheltenham who originally shared his mental health journey on the Blindside documentary series about a group of people who found solidarity and camaraderie through playing rugby. Good evening, Liam. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you, bud?
All right, good. All right, thank you. Thank you so much for taking the time on this cold
It's fine.
evening.
It's to be fair, it's not too bad down where I am. It's quite
Oh,
warm.
nice one. Well, yeah, but mate, you are a
Yeah.
hard, you are a hardened rugby player. Let's be honest, right?
I mean, I'm a softie at heart, but let's not tell anyone.
Liam, so the goal of today is to have an open and honest conversation about your mental health journey and to get some insight
Yeah.
into the tools and techniques that have helped you and are available to accessible to other people. And by discussing your journey, what we're trying to do is to share and normalize these conversations about mental health, as often people are not alone in these experiences. Does that sound okay with you?
Yeah, that's fine. That's pretty sound with me.
Awesome. All right, Liam, would love to hear about your mental health journey.
All right. So basically, like, you know, brought up in a family, got I'm one of five, I'm the second youngest. Got my mum and dad still together for 21 years, so they're still together. Loving family and stuff, but like I don't know, I just felt out of place, didn't feel right. I was always angry, always like wanted to fight, wanted to scrap. Don't know why, just did. Got bullied a lot at school for my temper and being ginger and being very tall. I having a big like, birthmark on my arm and stuff. Like kids are horrible. They pick on
Yeah,
anyone.
yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? I hate it. Like
But that playground can be the roughest part of people's life, and
honestly,
also it's the most formative, right? Because that's what you remember.
yeah.
That's how you form as a person.
Yeah, of course it is. Like, when I've gone to pick my niece and nephews up a few times, I've seen a kid push my nephew. I've got time to go, they go fight and stuff. Don't push my nephew, you know what I mean? But I got to reserve myself. I can't be doing that to go with random kids, because I will get a name for myself. I mean,
but also as well, you're like, you're in some respects, your mind is probably reacting to how you were on the
yeah,
playground. You're
yeah,
thinking, shit, this is how I want to react now.
yeah. Like it's just one of the sort of things. Like you look at it back, you look at something that happened to you, like in the past, like I should step in, try and intervene, but it's like, at the same time, if you intervene, then it's more of a target for that other person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's one of the things. It's like a learning curve. At the same time, it's just like you've got to kind of bite your tongue at sometimes. Sometimes you can be like, when they're young, I said, don't do that. But yeah. Anyway, so like I was bullied at school quite a lot for being like quite, I left. I was at one primary school back in Peterborough, and I left there because my younger brother, like, he got bullied a lot as well, even more. And I was always protective, like, always brought out, look after your younger brother. Like, my older brothers and sisters look after me. So, like, you've got to look after each other, and like
Yeah.
being in a quite tight knit family and stuff, you look after each other. And so I got kind of kicked out of school because I kind of used the table against someone's head when I was younger,
Yeah.
like the age of, I don't know, 9, I think. Anyway, so I went to a local primary school because no one else would take me because of it. And they were like, yeah, we can work with Liam and stuff. Really good primary school, Folksworth School. Honestly, one of the best schools I've ever
Really?
worked. Honestly, so amazing. They helped me out a lot with my anger and stuff. Like, they helped me a lot. And then, went from I think it's like year 4, 5, 6 there, left there to go to another secondary school, and I was there for like 2 years, but they were the worst 2 years because I just got bullied again. Like, the people who used to bully me at my old primary school were there, they were bullying me, and they knew I had a short temper and stuff. I didn't have
Yeah.
that as good support there to sort myself out. And
Just
then
just on that, sorry to interrupt, but like, so you
it's
said
fine.
that kind of middle school, right? That's where they kind of really helped you. You said with your anger, like, and I suppose
Yeah,
helped you cope a little bit. Like when you were put back, when you went back into the secondary school, and those old people were, the old people there
yeah.
bullied you. Did you find yourself you were able to better cope than you were a few years before, or was it just relentless and you just couldn't?
I mean, like, I made a lot of friends there, so it kind of helped me to, like, to have these people there supporting me, like, say, oh, I'll leave them alone and stuff like that. But at the time, I was still very hot headed and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, on the later years, me hitting like my like, when I was older than I actually was, because I was like 12 at the time, I like learned to like keep my cool and stuff.
Yeah.
And then, at secondary school when I actually found rugby. And I remember doing PE, and I remember the lad who would bully me always, like, relentlessly. We got on the same bus and stuff. And I remember one time on this day before, like, he, like, on the day where we first training, like, PE session, he took my bag, turned it inside out, took my lunchbox throughout the window without me realising, me just talking to one of my friends, who I thought was a friend at the time, but like was only his friend just to try and get distracted. So I went the whole day with no food and stuff. I remember peeing, I found out who it was. I remember just picking this lad up, and he was a lot bigger than me. And at the time, I was quite small and I had a big fat head on me and stuff. Like I looked literally like a Minecraft when I was younger, like small, skinny body, but a fat head. So like I remember picking it up, just slamming the ground. It was like I got on top of him, just started laying him in. And the PE teacher had to grab hold of him and try and pull me off. And I just wasn't, I don't know. I remember feeling like I was third person viewing it. I still remember it was me just like beating him relentlessly. And like just, you know, and the PE teacher was dragging me off and dragging me to the PE office, and he went, like he said to me, that was a great tackle, but the aftermath he did was stupid. He said to me, I can't let you go unpunished. And I had no interest in rugby, I had no interest in sports at all at that time. Like I tried football, like because my older brother Shane is a brilliant footballer. He's now 30. He's got 2 fucking dodgy legs, and he's still a brilliant footballer. And but yeah, I tried like sports and stuff like that, and didn't work. But then like when I got to secondary school, and this PE teacher, I remember his name, Mr. Yeomans, dragged me to his office. Like literally picked me up by my top and dragged me all the way. And I remember that he just sat me down in the office, and the head of PE there just staring at me. I was like, fuck, I'm in trouble. And they're like, even Mr. Yeomans went, like, great tackle, but the aftermath was it. And he said, we can give you detention, but we're going to give you detention on the training days where you have where we have training. So you give detention on the training days, which was a Tuesday and Thursday at the time. I was like, sounds okay, that's fine, turn up, rock up, whatever. And they didn't mention to me that, oh yeah, you'll be playing matches as well. I think, oh yeah, I'll just rock up, do training and stuff. And that was on the Monday, and so the Tuesday was the first actual rugby training session. And I remember the lad who I smashed his face in, basically, he was there, and he just like came up to me and was like, oh yeah, sorry about this, you know, sorry about how I was to you. Like he apologised to me, so like, you know, really sorry, because obviously like he went home, his mum saw what happened, went to the school told her what happened, his mum's already given her hiding and stuff.
Yeah.
So,
but on that, like, how did that feel, right? When that person who effectively had tormented you had actually came up to you and was like, you know, it seemed like he kind of, either he was, like you said, he forced to apologize, or he kind of like finally respected you.
Yeah, do you know, like when you go to the gym, you lift something above your head and you're just keeping it there as long as possible until your arms are shaking and stuff like that, and you can't do it. I don't know whether you do that or whatever, but yeah, where you like that is shaking all the time, and then you get the moment just to put it down. It just felt like that, just like everything felt so good for like that brief like 10 minutes. I felt so nice, so happy. Like, you know, I was like, oh, don't worry about me being like, my mum's always told me to forgive and forget. So I forgave him, like whatever, thinking everything's been signed. When my first training session, loved it, and then just since then just rugby. And then everyone was kind of sound with me at the time. And then when I was 14, I got told we're moving to Cheltenham, where I am now. I went to this secondary school, like, you know, really nice secondary school. And then I was like, yeah, it was a football school, so they didn't really have a rugby team. And so I had to play 2 years above my actual age. So from the age of 14, I was playing for 16-year-olds and stuff.
Wow. Lucky you were tall, right?
Well, I was still quite small and stuff. I was still quite short and stuff. Still short, skinny, fat head on me, but like, you know. But like, and I remember the first week, I remember like hanging out with these group of lads who I thought were like decent lads and stuff. They got me into a lot of trouble, and I nearly got kicked out on the first week because of these lads.
Yeah.
And they're like, look, you're new, lad. You're not like this. We're gonna try and see how it goes. Had a bit of trouble there for the first year being there, and then the second year everyone chilled out, and then everyone like, don't know, just everyone just seemed to back off when I started playing for rugby 2 years above me. And then one of the lads from my age, my year, was like, oh, why don't you come down to my rugby team, which was Cheltenham Tigers under 15s, 14s. I was like, yeah, sorry, I'll come down. Met a few lads down there on the Sunday morning, freezing cold. I remember it was like absolutely frosty. Like the ground was literally rock solid, all frozen and stuff. I was like, oh man, okay, this is gonna hurt. I remember my first session, arms all cut up, like it was so hard. And I was like, I'm shaking like a shitting dog. I was like, get me back in this car, get me in the shower, get me in the bath or something. I'm freezing. But I remember, I don't know why, I just had that spark to keep going back. I think I was just too stupid to say no.
Yeah, but also, like you said, that were they a group of good lads, and that's what you wanted,
Yeah.
right?
So this team I played for Cheltenham Tigers, the under 15s was a great group of lads and stuff, like greatly, and the coach as well. What's his name? Lee. I can't remember his last name, but I'm mates with his son and stuff.
Mm.
Great bloke. Always had time for everyone. Would always speak to everyone and stuff like that.
Mm.
And went there for a few years until I was 16, and then the team folded. And I was like, right, okay, what am I supposed to do now? And I still play in school rugby, but I was like, right, what am I supposed to do now? I've got no team to play for. Went for about a year of not playing. And I remember I was coming back from the school gym and I could hear some shouting. I reckon I was like, like shouting. Kind of like, like fucking a dog following a scent and stuff. I was like following this scent of this shouting and stuff.
Yeah.
I went around this corner, I saw this big like post. I've been in this house now for like 4 years. No, 14 to 16. That's 2 years. 2 years. And just like saw these rugby posts. And I was like started smiling and stuff. And I saw these like lads running around. I was like, okay, I'll get go see what happened and stuff. Introduce myself. Went there, found out it was a men's rugby team, and I was 16. Yeah, I was 16.
But that takes guts, right? Just to walk up and introduce yourself, like.
Yeah, I've never been one to be ashamed. I see that.
Yeah,
I've never been one to be embarrassed or ashamed. Like my mates have probably got many stories of me stripping off naked in the middle of town, just running through it. Just not embarrassed. I don't care. I do whatever. But yeah, I remember going up to this lad, and he was a big lad. Like he was a prop. He was massive, and I just shook his hand, and my little hand just kind of got smashed, like covered by it. Like, and I was just like, oh, nice to meet you. And there's Liam and stuff, like squeak at the same time because I had a voice cracking nothing. And I was like, oh, I'm interested in playing. So he said, oh yeah, where's your kit? I said, well, I didn't have it. He goes, well, that's not very good, is it? I went, yeah, I know, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. He's like, don't be sorry, just next time bring your kit. I was like, when is next time? And he said, it's Thursday. So I was like, all right, sign, what time starting time? And he's like, oh yeah, it's gonna be like 6. I was like, oh, okay. He goes, oh, how old are you? And I was like, well, I'm 17, but I was 16, so I lied about my age just to play because I wanted to get back on that pitch. I said, okay, that's great. Come down training stuff. I remember Thursday training, turned there, and then I was being quite quiet. I weren't like, people were like, oh, what's your names? Oh, yeah, nice to meet you and stuff. Anyway, so after a few months and stuff, turning up and stuff, like got to know lads, started becoming gobby, started becoming loud. People telling me to shut up all the time. I was like, no, fuck you. Telling them how to shut their mum and stuff, and they told me to shut up. And I was like, no, I'm not being quiet. I'm being this loud gobby kid. And then my 17th birthday was approaching, and they're like, "Oh, so you're turning 18 soon?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm turning 18." They're like, "Oh, you can play rugby then?" I was like, "Yeah." They're like, oh, "Okay, that's signed." And then a week before my birthday, I found out that one of the players was actually seeing my teacher. And he was like, "Oh yeah, we got a lad for our rugby team, Liam." He's like, and she's like, "Oh, he shouldn't be there. He's only 16. He shouldn't be there."
Oh God!
So this whole lie I went through like for a few months of like me being 17, and then he was like, "Oh yeah, you're not actually the age. You can't be doing this. This is illegal. We can get done." And I was like, "Oh, okay." So I kind of like drifted away for bits, and then I went to a different team, Smiths, and then did a bit of training there, and then I went from Smiths. When I turned 18, I played my first adults match for Smiths, and after 2 matches, I went to another team in Gloucester, Gloucester Old Boys, where I met. No. Before that, I did a sevens tournament, and I met Neil Williams, one of the lads who also did this podcast.
Yeah,
the documentary. Sorry, great lad. Call him Grandad because he is like old enough to be he's old enough to be my dad, but I just call him Grandad because it winds him up. I like winding him up. And then did a sevens thing with him. And then he said, "Oh, why don't you come down for one of our training sessions?" So, well, I live in Cheltenham. It's a bit of a trek for me to get over. And he was like, "Well, no, I'll come pick you up. So he drove from Hereford down to Cheltenham to come pick me up, back on his side of Cardiff to go to Gloucester, drop me off and go back to Hereford. And met like Spencer Miller, one of the greatest mates ever, like one of the best mates I've ever met. He plays for Old Boys. He's now captain for Old Boys. He's thrown for Old Boys and stuff. And I say that his dad's the head coach, and the reason why he's captain is his dad just winds him up and stuff. And
You like winding people up, don't you?
for some reason, yeah, I do. It's in case you haven't clicked on, I do like to wind people up. Like my missus like absolutely hates it. I come back in, I call like she stomps around the house and so I call her baby rhino feet, and it just winds her up.
I bet she really appreciates that.
Honestly, I can hear her when she comes through the front door to the upstairs and stuff, and it's just like I know she does not like it at all, but she's currently upstairs eating a curry, and I can smell it, and I'm really kind of upset. But but yeah, what was it? What was I saying? Yeah, I met like Spencer, stayed a few months at Gloucester All Boys. Then Neil left, so I couldn't get over. The only way I could get over was a bus. So and then bus, I was working at the time as a brickie. If I left, I got kicked out of school because a teacher said to me that, "Oh, are you stupid?" And I'm heavily dyslexic. I can't read and write, so I kind of picked up a table and kind of threw it across the classroom at the teacher stupidly. And then the head teacher was sat in the back of the room because there's some new teacher that was getting visualized, watched basically. And I kind of did that.
But also as well, like you said, like if you weren't getting support for heavy dyslexia, like that, I can see how that can make you rather frustrated, right?
Yeah, I was getting support. Obviously, as a new teacher, she didn't know. I kind of just like lost my head big time because I think I was struggling. I was struggling at the time with like exams and stuff. I got really stressed and I just kind of like lost my head. I just picked up this table and threw it towards her. Luckily, it didn't hit her because I wouldn't know. Anyway, so yeah, I kind of just like the teacher said to me, like that, I understand why you did it, but you can't be doing that. And that means I'm going to let you go. I was like, that's science. So I called my older brother, Shane, who I like the footballer. I always looked at twin and stuff. And I was like, look, I've been kicked out of school for throwing a table at a teacher. He's like, you fucking didn't know what you're playing out for. I was like, if I throw a table at you, I said, well, I'll catch it and ping it back at you. And it's like, he's like, there's no time to joke around, Liam. I was like, well, what am I supposed to do? He said, right, leave me for a few days and I'll sort something out for you. That was on the Monday. No, that was on the Friday I got kicked out. By the Monday, he had already sorted a job out for me to go work with one of his mates as a labourer. As a brickie's labourer. And honestly, like, it was a good job. It was amazing. I loved it. But like, I don't know why. I don't know. Just my head wasn't right. Isn't right. I wasn't right. I tried something for the army at the time as well. Got turned down for that for my ADHD and depression, which I got diagnosed with when I was 14. And I didn't really deal with that. I thought, I'll be fine. Like, I'll be fine. No one else talks about it. Why should I?
So when you were diagnosed and stuff, were you on like meds and stuff, or was it just like did you get some extra support?
They were like, "Do you want medication?" I was like, "No." Do you want support? I was like, "No." I literally turned it all down, be like this young lad. Like, oh, I don't care. I'm fine. Don't worry about it. Not feeling like the repercussions in the future. And I remember working for this brickie. I remember just one time just going absolutely mental, trying to jump off a scaffold. Just broke down. Tried jumping off a scaffold, like a 4-story scaffold, and he's like literally grabbing me by the leg. He's like, "Don't fucking go, don't go, don't go." Oh, trying to rip through his brick letter. I don't know what happened. I can't remember what happened. I don't know if I dropped something. I lost my head and just went. I was like, "Fuck this!" I ripped this brick letter and I'm going over. He's like, "Fuck!" So I grabbed hold of him. So him and this other lad grabbed hold of him and tried to drag me back in and stuff. And I sat down. I just sat there. And he goes, "You are?" I go, "No, not really." And he's like, "You just sort yourself out." Like, he didn't say, "Oh, do you want to talk about it?" He said, "You sort yourself out. Go sit in the canteen and chill out." Just like so.
And when that was the first time that you thought about like doing something like that, or was it because like you said, like from 14 through, that's a long time. You've been what, 5-6 years since you've been say diagnosed with depression. But I assume it sounds like that it's been with you a very long time, and it doesn't seem like you said, there's a particular event that might have caused it. It's just it's been. Do you think it's been with you since you were born?
I can tell you now, it's been for me like since like young age, like because when I was like, I'd say about 10, my nan made it very clear to me that she didn't love me. She didn't want me in the family. She said to me, "I know what you're really like. I don't like you. I don't want you in the family. You're a massive disappointment." And I was like, "Oh, okay." As a 10-year-old, because I was just, everyone else would listen to what she said and follow what she said and stuff. And I remember just like going, no, don't like it. I always go by, if you show me respect, I'll show you respect. That's the way I've always been brought up. And she didn't show me respect from day one. And I was like, why should I show this person respect if she's not showing me it? Okay, yeah, she's my nan, but at the end of the day, I'm not a floor mat. I'm not gonna get walked over. And obviously she didn't like it, so she like just kind of just said to me, slapped one time. I lost my rag, and she said, "I don't like you. You're not my fucking grandson. I don't love you." All this other shit, and that from a 10-year-old, that sticks with you. You know what I mean? It sticks with you. And like every time, like I'd go to her house or whatever or something like that, she made it very clear that she didn't like me. Yeah. She would give other people food, and she'd kind of like she would kind of like not make me beg, but
she was just mean.
Yeah, she's been what's the word? Narcissistic.
Yeah, but just horrible. Right?
Arsehole, basically.
Yeah,
arsehole, massive
but
arsehole.
also as well, like you said, from a 10-year-old, you're just kind of like, well, why? Like this makes no sense, right? Like why are you being like this to me, mate? Like,
yeah, basically, yeah. It was just like one of them situations. It was like, oh, what have I done wrong? And then looking back at that,
did your parents help out?
My mum went scatty. My mum went mental because I didn't tell her.
Yeah, was it her mum or your dad's mum?
It was her mum. So I didn't tell her because I think, oh, whatever, I don't care. I'll take it safe. And I remember me losing my head and walking out, and my mum chasing after me, and everyone like looking for me and stuff. I remember walking through coming back, having a walk, coming back through, and my mum was behind me, and I came in. I went, Nan, I'm sorry about the way I acted. And she went, it's fine. I know what you're like. You're a massive disappointment. And my mum was literally like a meter behind me. So I came into the kitchen door, so she didn't see. She was sat bang on the other side.
Yeah.
And my mum went fucking scatty. My mum went mental. How fucking dare you say that? How dare you do this? Like, got mental. And I was like, fuck, okay. Like, yeah, that's probably when she was like, why you been like this? She went, I've never loved him. He knows that and stuff like that. Just, like one of these things. It's like, wow, okay. And my mum just like realising what's happening, how nasty of a vile person she actually is.
Yeah.
And like, so and then just all sorts of stuff happened, and then just like, I don't know, just.
And is that, can you see that as the kind of like the start of when for you things to start? You said you got diagnosed with depression. And do you think that's the root?
Yeah, I think the years of bullying and hearing that from a young age mixed together is like, well, okay, that's lovely. I'm gonna. Yeah, it was just one of the fucking things mixes up together. It's not a good cocktail.
But it's true, and also as well, we think about when you're that young and you're starting to almost like talk to yourself about yourself. That inner voice is starting. If you've got some, like you said, and I'm, oh God, I'm so sorry that you had to go through it, but a nasty person, part of your family who's going, I don't love you, don't love you, don't love you, and you're like, well, what was it?
Yeah, someone you're supposed to look up to and respect.
Exactly.
Like, well.
And then you go to school and you're like, there's people who are externally like, giving
me shit and stuff.
Exactly. Talking down to you. Then in some respects, like, you're not old enough to think, to almost process it and go, actually, I'm none of those things. And they're wrong. You don't process it like that, do you? You internalize it and you'll go, oh, actually, maybe I'm a bit shit or this. And you start to hate yourself and all that kind of stuff, which could lead to some really bad thoughts.
It's very much monkey see, monkey do, isn't it?
Yeah.
If someone's saying to me, oh, yeah, I don't like you repeatedly, it's like, well, obviously she don't like me. They don't like me, or to bully me and stuff like that. It's one of the things, like, it is very much a monkey see, monkey do situation, which is like, bit violent, but you get used to it. Like, you don't really get used to it, but it's,
it becomes a habit, right?
Yeah, it becomes like part of your life. Like,
exactly.
You can't go a day without. For a fact, you walk through that door, you're gonna get something like some sort of abuse or something like that.
Yeah.
But anyway, so all that happened, and then that was when I was like younger and stuff. Like, and when my mum heard that was when I was 16, and we kind of like massive family argument broke out. And then at the time, my sister had a kid who basically lived around my nan's house, and my sister was like, I'm not having you speak to my younger brother like that. You're not having her no more, like not looking after her. And then for months went on, And then she just kind of just turned around, like she's like, oh, we should hold a family meeting, get used to it, you know, like talk it out and stuff. And it was just literally, I sat around this table of her just like saying, yeah, you're the reason, you're the problem and stuff like that. And when she came in, like, obviously I got up and gave her a hug and she went, I'm sorry if I said anything that hurt your feelings. Okay, thank you. Well, I was still the fucking last, X amount of years of like pure terror again, getting abused and stuff by basically like mentally abusing me. Thank you, said sorry. What else I can do? The reason being, I look back at it now, it's not, of course not, it's not enough. I mean, looking back at it, the reason why she said that is so she can have a fucking great granddaughter around every weekend.
That's
basically the reason why.
Yeah.
And I said
no, it's
not. It's just like a fucking. It's stupid. It's fucking nothing. It's like air. Well, not like air because it's fucking important, but you know what I mean. It's like a bit of dust. It's useless.
Yeah, fair enough.
You know what I mean? It's fucking like a bit of dust because like it's useless. It don't do nothing.
Yeah.
You know. And just fucking I remember that I told my mum, no, she actually meant it. I said, she didn't fucking mean it.
Yeah.
Like, you know when you like, you can, at that age, I was like starting to understand stuff, start to click on with stuff. I understand like the family, family wasn't as crystal clear as everyone thought it was. It wasn't, you know, I started to realise what's going on in the family and stuff, like, you know what I mean? Like one of my uncles got fucking done with, in Scotland, got done with raping someone. So like, you know what I mean? So like, and I'm like, for years I'll get help, like got held, like kept away from the kids and stuff. And when you start listening to conversations when they're having like family meals and stuff, you start to understand, start to listen, don't you? And I was like, I realised that this family, like, which was always made out to be crystal, always made out to be fine, is not fucking good. Like when you get to like 17, 18 sort of age, you start to realise what the family's going on.
But also as well, all those people who you've put on a pedestal, because you do naturally, right, as a kid, they come quickly down to like almost your level and sometimes below, right? You're like, Jesus Christ, like I respected you and now you...
you were like a 10, but now you're like a 4.
Yeah.
Basically.
Exactly right.
But like these honestly, like the family, it's like taking a blanket over your eyes. You see everything.
Yeah, that's a good way to.
Yeah, basically was like, what was it, 17, 18 at that time? And that's when I got introduced to alcohol and drugs.
Yeah. So was this after you said you try to jump off that scaffold?
Yeah, this is after.
Same time, yeah. So you're still 18. You're still young, right?
I'm still 18. I mean, and I'm 29.
Yeah.
I know I look old for age and stuff. Like
but I mean that's still recent, right?
Yeah, that's still like 2 years ago. So I tell you now, I was 16 when I actually got introduced to drugs. I was 12 when I got introduced to drinks. I was brought up around a drinking family. I would have a few drinks, like, you know, let the kid have a sip or something of your beer or whatever, as most families do. Like, but drugs. I got introduced when I was 16. I was smoking weed around my mate's house. And I mean, like, it was a gram between 8 of us. Like, that was when I was the first, like, you know, first time I got introduced and stuff. And I remember first time doing it, like, greeny, big time. Like, me and my mates all greeny at the same, like, on the first time doing it. Thinking, we're all just like green, throwing up everywhere, feeling like absolutely shite and all.
Which is the worst feeling in the world, right?
Oh, it's well. It is. I'd much rather smash my toe against the door, my little toe against the door 5 times than white it or greeny, whatever.
I would agree with that.
Vile.
From my very limited experience, that is why I have limited experiences, because I've only ever pulled a whitey.
Yeah, I know. But anyways, that's my first ever time. It just became a thing where it was like we went after school or work, whatever. Like my mates at college and stuff would go to my mates and just smoke weed.
And there was no sport at this time, no rugby, nothing.
That was a time when I was literally went doing rugby. That was the time where I wasn't doing rugby.
So you're filling your time with other things, right?
Yeah, I was filling the time, and I became really unfit and had a bit of a beer bod as well. You know what I mean? At the age of 16, like really bad looking at it now. I've seen pictures. I got pictures. And I look absolutely vile. I don't know what I was thinking. Like tight tops with this beer belly stank like. I was like, what is going on?
It's a classy look, isn't it?
It's a really classy look. You know, it's one of the situations you look at and go, oh, what was I thinking about then? Like
Mate, it's gone now, right?
Oh, the beer bod's gone. The beer bod's gone away. That is never coming back until about 32.
32, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Yeah, it's coming back. I've planned it. Everything. It's in my diary. 32 is when I get that beer bod back. Yeah, not a day early as well. But yeah, just it's, honestly, yeah, just smoking weed like relentlessly all the time at my mate's house just became just something like it was a day to day. Like it went from being a gram to like between eight of us to like each of us would have 2 grams. We'll smoke it in one session. Like my mate's man was so chilled out about it. It's like, well, I'd much rather be here than anywhere else. So like we obviously like smoking all the time and stuff. And then 17, I went to a house party and I got introduced to Coke. Enjoyed it, loved it.
Well, if I'm honest, it's addictive for a reason, right?
Very addictive, very expensive addiction. 40 quid a half. Fucking hell, expensive. And yeah, few other house parties, pills, started to emerge. Cat.
It's easy to escalate, right?
It is very, you know, you're young, you're excited, it's exciting times. You know, I KO'd a few times as well. A good KO and a bad KO, like, you know what I mean?
And do you know why that was? Why you were taking it? Was it to feel like were you like deep down feeling bad? You just wanted to feel good, or was it just a habit and just the people you're hanging around with?
I don't know. I think it's just a bit mixture of everything. Like I think because I'm one of them kids that he would go do. If I want to go and do something, I'll go and do it. Like if I wanted to get off my face, I'll go get on my face. Don't care what time it is. Don't care what day it is. I'd go and do it. But like, yeah, just I don't know, just did it because I wanted to. That's the reason why. It weren't like no reason like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do it because my mates did. It was like, I'm gonna do it because fuck it, why not? I don't care. I don't respect myself on that.
Yeah. So do you recognise that now?
Yeah, of course. I don't respect myself enough as well. I don't respect my body. I've got like stupid tattoos all over myself, you know what I mean? Like, and then just like from the age of like 16, progressed from like weed all the way up to like, I haven't touched heroin. Fuck that. I've never touched that sort of shit. But like bad sort of fucking high up drugs and stuff. I don't remember half the stuff I put in my body. I don't remember half. I remember I went to a house party. I remember went, oh, do you want a pill? So I put my hand in there, had like 5 pills inside my hand, just did them at once. Don't know what they were, don't know whether they were ecstasy.
So you were lucky,
pills. Right? Well, I mean, I went so bad one time, that my mates had their fingers down my throat, getting everything back up. And I remember everything come back up. The first thing I wanted to do was have a fucking swig of my drink and get back on it. That was what I wanted. That's the only thing I wanted to do at that time. And, you know, it was stupid looking back on it. But like at the time, it's like, fuck it. I don't care. And everyone started like realizing like Liam would do anything, like anything. And then I got fired from the brickies labourer job as well. Like summertime, so I said June time. And the rest of June, July, into August, I just got on it every day, and I started becoming in debt with my dealers and stuff. So I started like running stuff for them.
Yeah, and that's not. Yeah, they're not the kind of people I can imagine you want to be owed money to.
I mean, they're not the kind of people you want to be introducing to your kids and stuff. You know what I mean? They're not the kind of people you want to have a full family barbecue come round.
Yeah.
But
yeah, unless it's a very, very exciting family barbecue.
Oh, I don't know. I can't remember my last family barbecue. I got absolutely smashed. I got absolutely ruined in my last barbecue. Yeah. I literally passed out, eating a corner cup, woke up, it's stuck. Literally, my family was just too drunk. We were just drinking, eating at the same time. Woke up next morning with a corner cup stuck to my chest. I was like, oh man,
quite a day,
shower.
Right?
I think it's a shower day. You know what I mean? Let's go have a shower, wash the sins away.
So you're running some stuff for them.
Yeah, I was running stuff for them, and then like started paying it off, then buying some more stuff. So I was bringing more debt, so I started running more stuff for them, and then just like a big black hole. And then I got a job at the same time, working for a building company, which I'm with now. Stayed there for about a solid 6 months. And I got offered a different job doing landscaping. And then that's when like they loved doing stuff at work. I'm not going to say the company name because it will get me in big trouble. But they loved doing stuff at work, and I was like, I love doing drugs. Let's fucking do it. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get drunk at work. Let's do work. Like in the morning, we'll throw like 2 bombs of MD. 10 o'clock, another 2 bombs. 11 o'clock, 1 o'clock, another 2. At the end of the day, another 2. Go on the piss out. Wake up in the morning. Change your boxes, socks. Throw the same sort of work clothes back on. Go back out. Get picked up in a van. Drop another 2. That was like my life for about a good solid year. For a fucking year, and it was just like ruined me, like bank account and mentally. And then when I was 19 to like last year time, just getting on it all the time, and I was out with Neil Domarden, who's the co-founder of Dodgers. At the time, it was Salad Dodgers, I think it was at the time, something like that. It was like the original name was Salad Dodgers or something like that. And it basically like he started Dodgers up with his pub owner. It was like, we need a sevens team. Do you reckon you can rustle some people out? Don't know how Neil got involved or people from Cheltenham got involved because Dom lives in Northampton. Anyway, Neil invited me to this Dodgers team. Best group of horrible people ever. My favourite horrible people ever. I don't actually mean they're horrible. I mean, like, they're absolute dicks, and I hate them, but I love them at the same time. Yeah. Like, they are like good mates of my family. It's very too fair. And just fucking got involved with it, but still doing drugs at the same time. And then I went to Northampton went down to Northampton for a weekend. I can't remember what it was for, but something. I think it was just like a social, just go up, have a few drinks to see Dom and stuff. So me, Neil, Dom. I'm having hiccups. And 2 of Dom's mates were there, and I remember I just dropped a bomb. I was chilling and stuff, and then I just got a message through my phone saying sorry, and then that's when I was like, what? So I tried calling this number who sent me sorry and stuff, and it was my best mate. And I didn't get an answer. Called his mum, saying like he sent me a message saying he's sorry. Called his dad, called his sisters, called all his family who are very close with, like very good mate from childhood and stuff, very young child, like from childhood. And nothing. They couldn't get hold of him. They went to his flat. They went everywhere and stuff like that. And then they found him 4 minutes later, and he overdosed on purpose. And like, I remember as I heard the news of he overdosed, I hit my peak highness. That news with dropping bombs at ND and Kurt is not good at all. It's a very bad cocktail of shit. A very bad. And I remember that night I just like went mental. I ordered some more drugs and fucking got on it, smashed myself in like badly, like fucked, like ruined myself. And then I just, for the next few months, I just went doing the same thing, obviously working at the same time with this Cotswold people, these landscaping team, doing it. And then because of the sad news and stuff like that, and then the drug rage I had and wanted addiction all the time, it just fueled me to do more drugs at work. And I remember at one point I was just a dribbling mess. I was stood there in the garden, just there dribbling because I had no sleep, I had no food, I had no water. Just there, just my body just shut down whilst I was on whatever it was. I can't remember. My head was too mangled for a solid 2 weeks because I just no sleep, no drinks, no food, just pure drugs, and my body just nearly shut down. And I remember getting taken out. I don't remember that. I don't remember getting taken home, but I got taken home. Basically got fucking force-fed food into me and some drinks and sleep. And like, just did that.
And that must have been so hard when you heard that from your mate, right?
Well, let's say I was mates with him for 19 years. Like talking every day on the PlayStation together. Whatever he did, I did. Whatever I did, he did. You know, played rugby together when we were younger. He would come up to Cheltenham to play rugby. I would go down to Peterborough to play rugby with him. It's just like, I'd say he wasn't a best mate. He was more brother. Very like basically a twin. He was a few months older than me, but he was like basically like a twin. Everyone knows as the twins. And yeah, just like, you know, that news hit. So obviously what I knew best was getting on drugs. And I did that for about a good 3-4 months straight, getting on it. Tried taking my life a few times, overdosing, didn't work. I thought I was doing it wrong, so I tried a different way. Wasn't working. And I remember just waking up one morning and looking over, and I saw like a baggie, and I was like, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want that today. And that was a hard day. That was a very fucking hard day because I had that baggie in my wallet, and I all day didn't touch it at all. I remember it was a rainy, wet day, and one of them days where
it takes a lot of willpower.
Yeah. Well, it was one of them days where I was like, I want that so bad. I want that so bad because it's such a shit day, and I was in a shit mood. Just had this high to make me feel like I was happy, and like I don't know, just like fucking, just didn't touch it, and I didn't touch it for the next day, day after that, day after that, day after that. Then a week went by, 2 weeks. 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 2 months, 4 months, 8 months. And yeah, just, you know, just...
And what changed? So that morning when you woke up and you're just like, no, not for me. Well, what changed in your head? Was it just everything coming together and thinking, you know what, I don't want to live like this anymore?
I don't know. I just like I don't know. I just, one of the feelings was like, well, I'm gonna see how long I can go. And then without doing it, so I was like, you know, that day I was like, that first day was really hard. The first 2 months was really hard. I wanted to do it. I still had that same baggie from in my pocket. I was like,
but also, surely it was hard because weren't you still working with the people who do it regularly?
I was still working. They were getting often than that.
But that's the thing. So how did they react? You know, to you just say no?
They were like, do you want some? I was like, no. They went, you what? I said, yeah, no. And they're like, are you okay? I was like, yeah, I'm fine. Just don't want any. Like, what's up? What's happened? And I explained to them about my best mate got passed away. Like, fuck, we didn't know that. I said, yeah, I was too smashed into, like, you know, tell you. And they go, yeah, that's a fair point, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I remember just like not doing it, but they were still doing it. They were still doing what they wanted. And it just like one by one, they just started to stop.
Really?
Just started to stop, yeah. Like, obviously, one of the lads still smoked weed because he wanted to smoke weed, but I was like at home and stuff. But like, no coke, no MD, no cat.
So actually, anything. Your story started to change them.
I don't know whether it's my story or they just felt like, oh, well, he's not doing it. Why should I do it? You know, it's just one of the things that they were much older than me. Like, I remember the other youngest lad was about 28, and I was 18 at the time, so 20 years difference. Like, you know what I mean? 10 years difference, not 20 years. Yeah. Just then just stopped, and then just like what was it? Beginning of this year, I lost another mate. He took his life.
God, I'm so sorry, man.
That's right. He's a bit of a fucking dinlo. So for doing it, like, I had to try to help him as much as possible. Obviously, some people can't be helped. Some people can be. Some people can't. He just went through a lot of shit. And then
what's like, if you don't mind me asking, like you've helped, you know, like you said, you helped that person, you know, you tried to help that person through the stuff, but how did you reflect on that when obviously you were the person at one stage trying to throw yourself off the scaffold? Like,
what, when someone tried to, it was fucking hard. Like, you know, I was like, look, you know, but I didn't tell anyone that I wanted to try and do it. I kept it very secret. I didn't tell anyone. But then, like, I don't know, I lost, you know, him. And then I went to Plymouth with one of my mates. Went to go see one of my mates because feeling a bit down on a weekend. Yeah, so I'll come with you. And he actually loved the drink and the bag and stuff. Like, he's like, do you want some? I was like, no, I'm fine, Sam, mate. So anyway, we went out into Plymouth on a night out and stuff, and got smashed, like ruined and stuff. I remember we were walking back at 4 o'clock in the morning, like laughing, joking around and stuff like that. And got home, got back to his, in his flat and stuff. I had a spare room. I don't know why, I just went to the toilet at 6 and then just poked my head in through the door, and I remember just seeing like the bedside light was on, and I was like, "What's that doing?" I went to go turn it off. I remember seeing red everywhere. Shit, where's that coming from? Looking around, like lifting the sheets and stuff, and both his wrists were still open.
Oh God.
And that was like a fuck, you know. And I remember getting gaffer tape and taping his arms and zip ties, trying to fucking sort his arm, like trying to stop it doing it. So I was like, fuck, you know, what am I supposed to do? Trying to do it. I kept slapping on her face, fucking wake up, and stuff. And wouldn't, and I called the ambulance, called the police. And by the time he turned up, I had no top on, just my boxes and stuff. I was covered in blood, like gaffer tape everywhere, fucking zip ties on his arms and stuff. Like his arms were purple, like no blood was coming out. And I was like, I didn't know what to do. I just got panicked and stuff like that. So I did that. And like, you did the right sort of thing. You tried to stop the flow and stop the blood flow, trying to save and stuff. And like, that was signed. And then as I was talking to his officer, he came out in a car with a blanket over his head.
I'm so sorry.
Presented to dead, you know what I mean? And it's still like, you know, it still tears me up today, like, you know, seeing that sort of thing. Like, you know, 3 of my closest mates gone.
Yeah, and
quite close.
So young, right? Like you've been through. I mean, you know, you've been through in the last 2 years more than most people have done in a lifetime, right? Like, I'm so sorry, man.
I don't be sorry, mate. It's like in the past now. Like I'm moving forwards. I'm moving up from where I actually was, from this dickhead who'd go around fighting, cheating, lying, doing drugs and stuff, to this lad where I don't do that. I don't want to do that anymore. I don't have the urge to. Like, you know, like a few weeks ago was at my rugby team, my new rugby team, Cheltenham North. Greatest lads I've ever met. I played with 3 of the lads from Cheltenham Tigers when I was younger. Like lads who are my age and stuff. So I felt quite at home there at North. And I remember there's this one night I came out of the toilets. This was in the toilets. I was in the cubicle. I came out of the cubicle, and there's this one lad just putting something in his pocket, and another lad taking money. I said, "What have you just given him?" He goes, "Oh, nothing." I said, "Empty your fucking pockets, mate. Like, show me." I remember kicking off. I remember the lad who sold him it. I remember grabbing him by the throat and like grabbing him by the throat, like picking him up because he's a small lad. And I'm 6 now. I've had my growth spurt and grow a bit of muscle. I'm 6'2", weighing at 95 kg. I got a bit of muscle from
big guy,
being. I'm not a massive guy, but I am tall and quite broad. This picture's not doing massive favors and stuff. But
well, I'm 5'7", and we look the same, right?
Yeah, we look the same. At this current moment, we look both the same. But I'm sure if we mess up in the shoes, you'll look like my son with a beard or something. You know what I mean? But
I'll be coming up to your belly button.
Like, hiya, how you doing? But no, I remember going this lad by the throat, just stole him. I fucking dragged him on the way out the club ice, and people go, Liam, let go. And I remember going, don't you fucking dare. So I drugged inside this car, I was scared. I remember just letting go and just hit him as hard as possible. And to the point where my shoulder came dislocated, as hard as I put all my power into it. And I said, don't you fucking dare start drugs in this club ice again. Hit this lad. I didn't know who he was. I didn't know where he came from. He could have pulled a knife out. I may as well know. But I remember just fucking hitting his as hard as possible, and then like people go, "What's happened? Why are you hitting him? He's fucking selling drugs in the club ice cream." What? People kicking off. I was like, no, fuck it, leave him alone. Let's go. Ben man, he's still on the floor, asleep. One of the physios is like, I have to make sure he's okay, make sure he gets home safe. You know, in the taxi was saying. So two of the physios stayed there, or was it? No, one of the physios and someone else. One of the lads stayed there to make sure he got up and got all right. Probably give him a few kicks as well. I don't know. But anyway, walked off. And I remember the lad who obviously bought it off. I said, give it a 9 because I haven't got nothing. I said, don't make me go mental. Don't make me go mental, mate. I will fucking strip search you. I don't care. I said to him, I don't care. I will take everything out of your pockets and embarrass you in front of everyone. Because you will. I said, do you think I won't? And he was like, okay, fair enough. I said, get it to me now. Get it to me. And he bought, I'm not joking, it was literally a packet full, like that size, just in the hand like that, puffed right up. And I mean, I said, how much money did you spend on it? He said he spent about 300 quid on whatever it was on the packet. I said, I just put it in the bin. Because what you did, so I put it in the bin, open the packet stuff so you couldn't pick it out, open the packet, throw it in the bin. People saw me do it, and like this is like my 3rd week at this team. This is my 3rd week at the team, like, you know, but like, just fucking did that. And then
but you're showing your principles, right? And based on But based on
yeah,
from what we've talked about, some really like solid, like
yeah.
at the end of the day, I'm
No
sure
one,
what's going through your head was like, I don't want to see
yeah,
someone else go, right?
yeah. Well, no one else knew I did drugs. No one else knew I did drugs until this my documentary video went out, and then like
Mm,
everyone came out, like not everyone, but most people came out to me, like trainers, like gave me a hug. So I didn't realize. Sorry to
mm,
hear about this. Like that documentary video, like opened a lot of people's eyes to me. Like realized that they thought I was just this lad with shit tattoos and a shit haircut and a fat head, like But then they
mm.
realized, I'm actually a big softie. But
We've
but
been through
yeah,
a lot, man. And just for
oh,
everyone listening, that documentary series, the Blindside documentary series, which we will promote along with
yeah, yeah.
the Dodgers podcast, including Liam's as well.
Yeah, well, it's just six lads, come out and talk about their mental health. Obviously,
Yeah,
Jack Minimal went first,
yeah.
greatest lad ever there. One of the best looking Dodgers out there. One of the best looking Dodgers
I
too.
spoke to I recorded Jack's podcast last week. Great lad.
Yeah, he's a beautiful lad as well. He's one of the best looking Dodgers on the team. Yeah. There's a 1 to 10 on Dodgers. He's the best looking, and Jack is joint first with someone else. But yeah, it's it's yeah. The Dodger lads have done a lot of things for me. Like they helped me and
Yeah.
stuff. And yeah, they've done a lot of things.
But it seems like it as well, because like when you told me you were 20 and we were going through your story, and you were saying actually up until 19, like 12 months ago, that all this, you were so, frankly, like from the person I'm speaking to, you sound like you're a different person, right? And I
Yeah,
was
I
thinking,
mean,
how on earth have you changed so much in that short space of time? But it makes a lot more sense now that you've been through like
yeah,
some horrific stuff, and
yeah,
that has really, I suppose,
yeah.
forced you to change, and you've taken a decision to change as well. And it
Like,
seems like now you are a different person.
well, I mean, main thing that's helped me is tattoos. I've got no fucking money to buy any drugs now. I literally
Yeah,
spend all my money on tattoos. You know what I mean? I've got my neck and chest all covered and stuff. It's like, you know, I've
and
got
it's
no
much
money to
healthier,
actually
right?
spend it.
It's much
Well, I
healthier,
mean,
right?
it's more of addiction, right? I got these for
Yeah.
Saturday, and like, yeah, it's not a good addiction. Like, what I mean? I'm supposed to pay off a fine as well, and I was just like,
Yeah.
fuck it, a tattoo, dude. Let's get a tattoo.
But
But no,
do you find now as well, like now that you've been, obviously you're very aware of yourself, and especially
mm,
with around like suicide and suicidal thoughts, do you find that are you much, it sounds like you're very perceptive to other people now, and you're able to
yeah,
see people go down a dark path.
yeah. So I don't know. I think because I've been down that path, I don't always see it, but I can tell sometimes. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I started doing on my Snapchat stuff. I send people I don't speak to. I'll send them like a message like 10 seconds later. I'm like, oh yeah, oh, you having a good morning. I'm a bit tired. Hope you have a good day and stuff like that.
Mm.
Just like fucking small things like that. People go, who the fuck are you? Or, oh, thanks, mate. Oh, you have a good day too. Like, you know
And
what I mean? Like
it
something
peps
bad.
you up a bit, doesn't it?
It just peps me up. It's like, also like a random lad, like this random ginger Charlie, like mess you go, hope you have a good day. Like just randomly, like bit weird, but he seems happy. I hope,
Mm.
I'll send a message back or go, who the fuck are you? Or blocked or whatever, you know what I mean? But it's just one of those situations. Like my Spencer on Snapchat always sending like message every morning. I send a message. I send like a good night message as well. Like just
Mm.
because like it's him and like we got a bit of a bromance going on. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Like I went out with him last Friday night, and before we went out of prees, I just like led on his chest, cuddling him and stuff, and stroking my hair. Just I don't know why. Just like it's just one of the bromance that I have with him, like good lads and stuff. But like, yeah, I don't know, just because I don't know, I like to smile because
Mm.
I got told that when I was younger, the more you smile, the more other people smile. So why can't it's one of those situations. But the more I smile, the more people are gonna smile. They see like this lad who's like could be an absolute pissing down day, could be a snowy day, could be like the hottest day ever, but I've always got a smile on my face. Even if I've had the shittest day at work, and my missus can see me sometimes, I'm nearly in tears in my eyes. She's like, you okay? Like, no, but I'm still smiling at the same time.
Mm.
She's like, okay, come on, cuddle. But like, yeah, just one of those situations. But like, as well, my tattoo shop as well.
Mm.
They've helped me master as well. They can tell when they're setting it up.
Mm.
They know when I get like these random tattoos. They know that something's happened. Like
Yeah.
yeah, like what was it? My tyres, he owns a shop, Rob Talloon, like greatest lad I met, biggest softie ever. Like he is built like a butcher's dog. He is like big as anything, but he's the softest lad I've ever met. Like so nice, like so down to earth and stuff. And I remember getting my first tattoo from him, which was my neck piece. And I remember telling him, look, I go, fuck me, he's a big old chavvy. I can't really run away from him without paying. So, but like, yeah, just I remember just like talking to him. He's such a nice lad. And he helped me as well. He's like so easy to talk to. You don't realise sometimes of how easy some people can be talked to. And then like before you know it, like you're both in tears, hugging each other's heaven's gonna be all right, shaking each other's head, you know what I mean?
But like you said, there's a real like power in having a chat, right? Like the chat we're having
Yeah,
now,
there's
there's something very, it's almost like, it's weird. It's like people are always talking about speak more about yourself, not necessarily mental health, but just how you're feeling, right? And it's amazing. Like sometimes, of course, you need to go see a therapist and all this, and you need lots of intensive support. But sometimes just a good, honest chat is sometimes all you need.
Yeah, sometimes you don't even realise. Like I've had chats with my mates and stuff, like just other days and stuff like that. And next thing you know, we're talking about like, is everything okay? You feeling fine? It's just one situation. Like sometimes you don't realise if you go into a chat thinking like, oh, I'm going to talk about mental health.
Yeah.
It doesn't really work. Like if you go to a chat like, oh, I'm just talking to a mate or whatever, like
you just slip into it deeper and deeper.
Just slip it. It just slips into it, like yeah, just one of them chats and all. But yeah,
And now, like, what do you find on a day-to-day basis? Just before we wrap up, like, what's the tools and kind of tips and techniques that help you get through your day and basically like keep you happy? Like, it sounds like you've mentioned things like rugby, gym, tattoos, frankly, like as well. Like, what keeps you going? On the kind of light path rather than that dark path that you've been down.
Well, I don't know. It's just my willpower, I say, but like I can't hold my hands up. Oh yeah, I'm like these last few months I haven't tried taking my life, because I have. I tried taking my life 4 months ago, and up at Cleve Hill and stuff, and tried the noose and stuff. But luckily, the fucking branch snapped because I'm a fat fuck. So now I'm trying to lose weight just to see if it happens again. But now I'm joking. I won't do that again. Fuck that. But no, I remember.
But the point being is that you're still struggling.
Yeah, of course I am. I'm not going to tell them, oh yeah, I'm all fine. I'm still struggling with mental health, I'm getting help. I'm on tablets and stuff like that, and I hate the tablets, but I take them just because like they're supposed to help you. But I'm like, oh well. But yeah, like when I tried stringing myself up 4 months ago, I remember feeling the oxygen losing from my body, and I wanted this to happen. But then like I remember just this snap feeling and hitting the floor, and I was like, am I dead? Whether you've been knocked out, I don't know whether you've been knocked out or you've been passed out, whether you don't know what's happening, you're confused and stuff. And I remember just like laying there, like looking at it, going, what's happened? Am I dead? Like looking around, like, no, I've still got this rope around my neck. Why am I dead? Like looking at those bunch of stuff, looking at like, fuck me. But I'm like, and I'll show you, like, I've got a tattoo on my chest of an eye, and I always say to myself, someone's always looking over me. Because of that eye, like, you know what I mean? But like, I'm grateful that branch snapped, because I wouldn't have a decent job. I wouldn't have my girlfriend, who's absolutely amazing, runs like baby's like a little maid to me. You know what I mean? I'm literally the most laziest person. Like, it took me a week to try and do the washing up because I couldn't be fucked. But now she like runs around, not. That makes you sound really fucking bad, but like, you know what I mean? She like honestly does look after me.
She looks after you, right?
She looks after me a lot, she does look after me a lot. Sometimes too fucking much. She does my head in sometimes. Like, it does my head in. Like, she's like, oh, I bought you a steak. I was like, I don't want a fucking steak. Just get me something shitty. Just get me some shitty food.
Mate, that's your old self talking. You say I don't deserve nice things and don't deserve steak. You do deserve steak.
I don't. Trust me, I don't.
Okay, you deserve rump steak, not fillet.
Oh, that's fine. I'll feel it. I love a rump steak. I do like a rump steak. Yeah, I do like a rump steak. I love that. But no, you know what I mean. It's just like, I don't know. I hate getting gifts as well.
Yeah.
She got me a pair. She got me my headphones over there, but they're not charged up, so I need the AirPods. I just like, I didn't tell her off. So why the fuck are you buying me stuff? Stop doing it. I hate it. But just because I'm not used to getting it, I'm not used to receiving that sort of like love and attention. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not used to seeing it, and I've made it clear to her before, like, I'm not used to it. It's alienated to me, and But she's like, well, get fucking used to what you've done now.
Yeah, exactly right. So she can.
Yeah.
It sounds like she's as stubborn and as much willpower as you have, right?
Yeah, she's very stubborn. The baby rhino is very stubborn.
Oh God.
She's very stubborn.
What's her real name?
Eloise.
So big shout out to Eloise.
Yeah. Big shout out to the baby rhino.
I'm going with Eloise. But honestly, Liam, mate, honestly, mate, thank you so much for your time and honesty.
Thank you for coming to me. Like, you know, would you want to be doing this? I appreciate it so much. And obviously, like, you're doing a podcast, which is like producing some amazing shit and stuff.
Thanks,
I've had to listen to a few things and stuff. And like, you've got your own job, your family, you're working around to just produce this podcast, and it's amazing to see what you're doing. Thanks, like, man, I do appreciate it that you've emailed me saying, oh, we're doing this, would you want it? And me being Dover going, yeah, sure, I'll do it. I'll chat shit for 45 minutes. I mean,
well, I tell you what, that wasn't shit.
Yeah.
But honestly, thank you for being like so honest and open as well. Like, you have been like, and I hope it inspires other people who are struggling and continue to struggle to just keep talking, right?
Well, yeah, the best thing to do is keep talking. Like, do you know Finding Nemo, where like Doreen's going down in the water, just keep swimming? That's the way I think it in my head. That's my childish head going, you just keep swimming and stuff. And whenever I feel down, I do actually sing that song to myself more. You know, it is good to speak to people and to sort yourself out, like, because I'm not joking, especially for men, it's one of the biggest killers. You know,
it is.
It's the second biggest killer for a man. The first is prostate cancer, you know. And, you know, people talk about their mental health coming out, like professional footballers, rugby players coming out about it. Producer, like these young lads who actually talk about it, saving people's lives, and they don't realise it is like massive. Like, you know, I mean, like 20 years ago, probably like 30 years ago, probably even close to that, it was always the stiff upper lip, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You don't speak about your emotions, you don't feel about your issues and stuff. It's just like nowadays it's so open to talk about it. Sometimes too open, sometimes too fucking open. But like, you know, it's open. It's good. Like, people are talking about their issues and sort of like, you know, like people like yourself getting people on to come do these podcasts and stuff. You know, I'm just like a random chavvy. Like, maybe no one knows me, but like, you got people on this show like from all mixed. You've got people who are high up sports stars, high up celebrities, to a lad who just a builder, does like 6 days a week at work and stuff.
But that's the whole point, is that like mental health doesn't discriminate, right?
Yeah,
like,
it doesn't.
You know, it's all,
mental health don't go away.
It doesn't. And people, you know, if there's one thing that cuts through all forms of like prejudice, may that be like perceived class, color, sexual orientation, whatever, it's mental health, right? Like, you know, those things don't matter. Everyone has it. So actually, what I found is that the more conversations I have with people from, frankly, all over the world, from different situations, that a lot of people are just saying the same things, right? Like, and that's because we are, and that's what we want to demonstrate. We are all human. We have the same emotions. We go through life and have different experiences, but we can empathize with each other by having these conversations. Whilst I haven't been through maybe some of the stuff you've been through, and maybe likewise, we can still have this conversation and still make ourselves feel better.
Yeah, the way I've kind of look at mental health now is like rain. Everyone's gonna get wet.
Yeah,
everyone's gonna get wet, aren't they? You know what I mean? Like, no one's gonna. You can have an umbrella, but you're still gonna get your feet wet, aren't you? You know, you can get into a car, but that journey before you get into that drive, you're still gonna get wet, aren't you?
Yeah,
it's one of the situations. But like, mental health don't stop with no one. It don't stop. The only way you can sort it out is by talking to people and getting off your ass and go and do something about it.
Yeah, agree, man.
You know, like,
mate, honestly, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it.
Thank you. It's a pleasure, mine, mate.
And thank you to everyone listening. You can subscribe to us on most major podcast platforms: YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. Just search for Sidekick Community or Psychic Stories and we'll pop up. And please do give us a rating if you like the show. And do check out our free Psychic app for iPhone and iPad. It's a collection of interactive exercises, tools, and tips to help you boost your mental well-being. The app enables you to build a personalized well-being toolkit to help you deal with life's ups and downs. Just go to our website, www.sidekick.org.uk, and click the download now button in the header to take you to the App Store. Liam, thanks so much again.
Thank you.